So, well, my friends, here we go again. What are you doing? I'm relaxing a little bit. Update video. What will come now? I have to relax a little bit to sit here. I lay here, that is better said. Very nice place. Here, watch this. We have here the beach volleyball course, Here I have a trampoline, can stay up, a little bit jumping. There is another one. Here we have a house. We have a nice view, It's quiet here. Can relax a little bit, It is, I don't know, 12, 1 o'clock around this. I've never watched here, only my smartphone, but I never watched to the smartphone. Yeah, and here I relax now, and there I have always a few ideas. And so the ideas are, we are limited with cutting, but my thoughts are now the street ball videos will come. I feel now better, really better. That is good. That motivates me much more when you don't have the pain and be tired and all those things. And there we can go on. Street ball versus video will come. Then the new balls. Oh no, I've said it now. I have 2 new balls, I got this. I think I mentioned this. Wow, that will be great, to test the 2 new balls, Wow, that will be amazing. There we have to go to a rubber court, because normally I always play them first at the rubber court, and then later on I go to an asphalt court that we see the progress of a ball. Because when you go first to an asphalt, there it gets used up more, but I will see what happens on the rubber court, and then later on you see what happens on an asphalt court, But wow, I think, I don't know on which court, maybe the strange court. Yeah, that can be maybe the dream court. I will think on that, We will see where, or the new court, the no-go new court, which is in summer available, but there are always kids in, so there is hard to film. That will come. Then I will go on with the Pat the Cat Army training, because I like to train, and of course this I film. But there I'm right now really limited in the cutting, but I have a few ideas how I make this, and this will get brutal videos, Why? Because there I will go so to the limit, really absolutely to the limit in training. Other limit, what other people do, is not the heavyweight, but really we will come to the limit there. And this will get really, really brutal. So street ball, street ball, street ball. Pat the Cat Army, 3 times, 4 times a week the street ball, or 5 times. 1, 2 times Pat the Cat Army. And then the other idea what I have, but there I'm always concerned, animal, because also young kids can watch this channel. But on the other side, it's also a lesson to learn. The new format, which maybe some people will like, dangerous stories from traveling. Dangerous stories from traveling. Because I traveled back then a lot. Now, here, this is my place where I want to be, my city. I am right now 10 years here. Over 10 years I have not left the city. I tell you that I'm always hardcore and extreme. Since 10 years I have not left the city. I didn't even travel at my federal state. No, I was always staying here for 10 years. Now in May 31 it was over 10 years. 10 years anniversary what I have. Only my city. Then you see that I love it here, when I don't make holiday traveling somewhere. No, 10 years in the city. And I tell you a side story. I was, when now the Riven of the Night virus was going on, I stayed at home because of my grandmother, and I made everything for her. Now she has died, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and I was all in one person. I was her hair cutter, I have to tell you this. I was staying in the flat when all that happened, that she gets not ill, that I get not ill, I also have a few problems with the health, that. And so that nothing happens to her because people were not aware. I stayed, and I don't know anyone other. I stayed 1 year in the flat. 1 year in the flat, and that means I didn't leave the flat. Only once in 1 year. Can you imagine that? Once in a year, one only time in the whole year I left my flat. I was staying in the flat, and that means no, I'm not going to the next supermarket or this and that. No, I stayed 1 year completely in the flat without going out. 1 year. And I tell you what, I counted my when you walk, how many walks you have, you know, when you go one step, the steps, how many steps did I had in 1 day at home? And I tell you, almost 10,000 steps. Why? Because my grandmother had dementia and was on a rollator, and I took the care of her. Normally she had a personal what comes always to make shower, this, that, but they were not aware, and so I said no, I don't want to bring her in danger, because she had done everything for me when I was a child, and now I give all back. And I stayed 1 year in there, and with her dementia, she always moved to the toilet every 3, 4, 5 minutes, really. When she came out from the toilet, I have to go to the toilet. And then we went back with the rollator. Okay, you had 24 hours to stay beside that she don't fall. And I did that job because that is normal to me, because she did everything when I was a child. She traveled me to the sport. I could go wherever I wanted, to the shops, you know, for the kids store there and this. And so I said I do that, you know, and that I did. And then always by sleep 4 o'clock in the night, when I got to sleep, every 5 minutes I want to go to the toilet, I want to go to the toilet. We went out of the toilet. She said I was not on the toilet, you know, from the dementia. Okay, go back, and again and again. So I cut the hair, I made the nails, I made the shower for her. I was cooking 3 hours a day. There we had money. I made vegetables, 3 full things, you know, fruits, vegetables, all fresh cooked, you know, 3 hours cooking every day. So I was a cooker, I was the hair cutter, I was the nail thing, I was the man who made the shower, I was the guy who made to clean the ass. I was everything, you know, to clean all things at home. You know, I made 4, 6, 7 wash when you wash your clothes 6, 7 times a day, you know, because when she went into the you know, how it said, when you piss into your hose, when you cannot hold it, that happened to her. So I had to wash 6, 7, sometimes 8, no 8 it was, no 7 was the most. 7 washing goes, so 7 hours washing every day, you know. And that I did, and so I stayed 1 year there, but I came to 10,000 steps because of the walking. And when we were by the toilet went out, I always said we have to go the 15-meter walk what we have in the flat. It is 15 meter long, and so that was good for her, you know, to walk that. And so that it was, you know. 1 year in a flat. Do you know someone? I tell you, I have seen a lot of things, experienced a lot, and I had to experience what happens to a body when you stay 1 year in a flat without going out, and not much happened. The first 2-3 months, I can tell you, yeah, the first 6 weeks, that is really extreme. When people told me back then, boy, 10 days at home, boy, I don't know what to do, 10 days. I was 1 year at home, 1 year, you know. And the first 5, 6, 7 weeks, there it was really, you get like a depression. But I had no depression, but I only will say because you are used to go out, you know, you want to go out, the body needs to go out to see the things, the air and this and that. But I tell you, after that I had no problem. That was fine. That was one of the most beautiful times what I ever had, you know, because I could make to her a lot of pleasure, that she has a nice time when I'm the whole day at home. You know, other people are not that interested to make her the best time. You know, these are workers who get paid you know, this is their work, but I made all those things. And when you have to do this to stay at home so long, there were 3 things which are very, very, very important, which keeps you alive. And I will tell you what those steps are. The long walking area, you know, we have a flat with 15 meters, and there you can run to walk a lot of things. If you don't have this, then I think you will get a problem. So here, and I have a training room, but I don't train because I cannot train when she needs the 24-hour attention. But the walking always and running there at the long 15 meters, that is very, very important. Without that, you will get a problem, I think. Then the second thing, which is very important, but this is another thing, the healthy nutrition, that is also important. But in the flat alone, what outside do you have? Do you live in a house where complete on the next thing is a street, a house, you don't have a view? And we have a view on one side, like here, to a complete field, you know, where we walked, where you see me walking in the last videos. There I can watch to the mountains, and that is so important for your mind. And on the other side we had a balcony, so I could always sit out there with her at the balcony with the view to the mountains, to drink an iced coffee for her. I took a water for me, or an iced tea, you know. And that is very important for your mind. When you don't have this, when you only see a street, nothing else, noise, then it will get also dangerous. That was also important. And the third thing, the television, that you are connected to the world. I swear you, I am not vaccinated, you know. Why? Not because I'm not a fan, but I got back then a vaccination 20 years ago, where I'm right now very sure. You cannot prove it, but I have enough steps where I can say that it came maybe from this, the autoimmune illness, you know, from my Hashimoto. And that is why I don't make it. And I have once heard one of the highest in the game who said something about my illness, and he said, from the doctors, from vaccination experts, and he said, by this you should not make anything. But this is a different story, you know, only that you know that. And I have never tested because I didn't went out. That pandemic time went completely away from me. I only heard the people complain on the phone, oh, you cannot go to the shop, oh, you have to wear a mask, you have to make a test. I never tested. I had not one test in 3 years, you know. I didn't need this. That went all over to me. I have watched this, you know, like here I was sitting at home at my chair, watch the television, and there I have seen all those things. People cannot go there, this, that, all were complaining, stress. I didn't have this. I was at home, you know. That was really, really a fantastic time to me. 1 year at home. For other people that would be the horrifying thing. And I tell you, after 7 weeks, then you get used to this. And I tell you, I could do it 3 years, you know. But I was 1 year there. I was great. Nothing was going out. I had my walk, I had the fresh air, I had the mindset, and I had the television to be connected to the world, to watch all in the world, you know. And those things, really, that was my experience, that you can do that without a problem. The only thing is you need to get vegetables. I ordered them, you know. I said, please come to our home. They brought the bags, stood it in front of my door. Then I had the ananas, the apple, the bananas, the fresh cooking, you know, the eggs, all what is important. Playing, you know, relax, you know. And there you can make a nice time, you know. And that was awesome. And that it is. Now here I will jump a little bit, you know. You always make a nice time for yourself, you know. You see, that is important. Even now I don't have the money, but I can relax. Watch this. Wait. We will jump a little bit, you know. That makes me also happy to be here. And I will tell you something. The people from here, from my area, Austria, Germany, they will know the channel. Exactly on that spot, do you know where there was? The free running Schlappen. You know, Jan Schlappen, they were here making a backflip, but there's a video on the internet where you see this, exactly on that spot they were, the free running Schlappen. So. This is one of the only things where I'm absolutely untalented. Trampoline since a child, I never could do this. Really, there I'm so stupid in doing that. I can only jump, and this is scary to me, you know. Really, there I'm nobody in trampoline, but it is nice to jump, you know. And I will tell you why. Because as a kid, you had no opportunity for this. There you always had to pay. We had 2 trampolines. One was by the shopping mall Dates outside. There you had to pay. Very good trampoline. There were good people back then with backflips and things, you know, in the early 90s, 91, 92. And one was where at the mini golf. There I also jumped, you know. You had to pay, I think, this was shilling. You had 5 minutes, 10 minutes to jump, you know. But that I loved, but I could not do it, you know. And I had one of my classmates, he broke his leg, and that was really scary because they thought, the doctors, that he cannot grow up, you know, because of that. So always be careful. But it makes so fun, you know. That is good nowadays. Kids can do that for free. We didn't have this, but now I have it, you know. I'm still a kid. So nice. Very nice, you know. That makes me happy. Little bit relaxing. Yeah, and so we will see us again. Street ball. We come to the danger before completely apart. Wait. Little bit loud. Sorry. Very professional, mate. But I will tell you, dangerous stories traveling. It's a new format. Why? Because I traveled back then. There we come again. 10 years here now. And before I was complete the other extreme. Before the 10 years Innsbruck, I traveled in 5 years over 100 times. Over 100 times. Only my backpack. Most of the time alone. I traveled to a city and I did not know the city. I did not know people there. I had no hotel. Only my backpack and only money for food, you know. So no hotel. And you had to watch what will happen. Have you to stay outside, to sleep outside? Will you know people there? Can you sleep by someone? And that was my time, you know. And so I had a lot experiences and stories what I can tell you. And I made all by train. I traveled over 100 times all by train, you know, from country to country, city to city. I have seen concerts, you know, boxing events and other stuff. And there happened a lot of things, you know, when you do that. And I could tell a few stories, so really small parts, dangerous things, what happened by traveling, you know. And maybe we will make this. And yeah, that it is. So, a little bit relaxing from that. We will see us again. Till then, bye and ciao.